You know Daniel Craig, the face of James Bond. For decades, Bond stood for one thing: European engineering. Heritage. Status. So when he appeared in an ad, for a non-European electric vehicle, Denza, it didn't just feel unusual. It felt like something had changed. Because behind that car, is BYD. A company that started with batteries, and now sells more electric vehicles than Tesla. So how did this happen? And more importantly, long before luxury branding, before Denza, there was Wang Chuanfu. A chemist. Not a car guy. In 1995, he founded BYD with just $30,000. His insight: whoever controls batteries, controls the future. BYD entered a market dominated by Japan. But instead of automation, they relied on process innovation plus labor efficiency. It looked primitive. But it allowed BYD to undercut competitors, scale rapidly, and master battery manufacturing. By the early 2000s, BYD was already a global battery leader. Still invisible to most. In 2003, BYD did something shocking. They bought a failing car company. No experience. No brand. No distribution. Even local market players, and Tesla's Elon Musk dismissed them. And honestly, early BYD cars were bad. Weak performance, poor design, with low consumer trust. Their first electric vehicles weren't much better. Battery limitations meant BYD cars had short range, reliability concerns, high costs. So BYD pivoted, again. Instead of focusing only on consumer cars, they went into something unexpected: electric buses. While the world obsessed over Tesla-style electric vehicles, BYD quietly electrified public transport. Electric buses didn't need long-range or fast-charging networks. They operated on fixed routes. Perfect for early battery tech. Cities across China adopted them, providing them a perfect ground for mass deployment and data collection to rapidly iterate. Then internationally, they expanded into Europe, Latin America, and US transit systems. This did two critical things: generated steady revenue and allowed BYD to test and improve battery systems at scale. While others were experimenting, BYD was deploying. Then came the turning point. In 2008, Warren Buffett invested in BYD through Berkshire Hathaway. At the time, it seemed strange. A Chinese battery car company? But Buffett saw something others didn't. Vertical integration, battery leadership, and long-term potential in electric vehicles. This is where BYD pulls ahead. Unlike traditional automakers, BYD builds almost everything in-house: batteries, semiconductors, motors, and manufacturing systems. This vertical integration is their superpower. Because in electric vehicles, the battery is the car, accounting for about 40% of the vehicle value. Controlling it means lower costs, faster innovation, and supply chain resilience. So when competitors struggled with shortages, BYD kept scaling. This is how they moved from basic vehicles to competitive electric vehicles, then to premium offerings like Denza, and eventually, into the kind of brand image that could align with someone like Daniel Craig. Then came hypergrowth. BYD's numbers surged. In 2020, 200,000 cars, 2025 4.5 million, and 2026 a projection of 1.5 million just for export, surpassing Tesla in electric vehicle sales. And they didn't stop at China. They expanded globally: factories in Thailand, Brazil, Hungary, aggressive push into Europe and Southeast Asia, because BYD understands something critical. Scale in China isn't enough anymore. You need global scale. And this is where the Bond metaphor returns. Because Bond isn't local. He's global. And BYD wants the same reach. But here's the twist. Just as BYD reached the top, the market turned. China's electric vehicle industry is now in a price war. Government subsidies are being reduced. More than dozens of electric vehicle startups are competing, prices are falling rapidly. Even major automakers are struggling. Profit margins shrinking, sales volatility increasing, some companies exiting or pausing electric vehicle plans. This isn't growth anymore. It's survival. Even BYD has seen margin pressure, declining profit and slower profit growth. And this is where Wang Chuanfu made a critical point. He believes that in this environment, only companies with scale, strong supply chains, and global reach will survive. In other words, the market is heading toward consolidation. Despite the pressure, BYD has advantages most competitors don't: massive production scale, deep vertical integration, established overseas expansion, strong battery technology. These aren't short-term advantages. They're structural. Which means, while others fight to survive the price war, BYD is positioning itself to dominate what comes after. So let's go back one last time. Daniel Craig standing next to a Denza. It's not just an ad. It's a signal. That a company once dismissed, has climbed all the way from batteries, to global dominance, to redefining what premium even means. And now the question isn't, can BYD compete? Or the company that defines the entire industry? It's this: when the EV market finally consolidates, will BYD be one of the survivors? If you want to understand how companies like BYD are reshaping global industries, subscribe to GBA Insider.